We've all experienced those moments when a pile of tasks loom over us and instead of diving in, we find ourselves procrastinating. Perhaps you've started a task only to be interrupted by a notification, leading you down a rabbit hole of social media browsing for what it feels like mere minutes, but turns out to be half an hour. That, my friend, is a virus that infected everyone nowadays, and its name is procrastination. But fear not, it's not a new virus. It's so old that it even affected ancient orators like Demosthenes and notable figures like Victor Hugo. So how did they overcome it? What systems can help us combat procrastination today? And how it can have an effect on companies like Apple and Microsoft? Hello everyone, I'm your host Hadi Yassine, and today we're diving deep into Dominic Mann's 17 Anti-Procrastination Hacks. Notable figures who battled with procrastination. Procrastination is an old age problem, even affecting renowned figures like famous writers like Victor Hugo and Herman Melville, who struggled with procrastination. Hugo, while writing The Hunchback of Notre Dame, procrastinated for a year until his publisher set a strict deadline. To overcome it, he resorted to extreme measures, stripping naked and having his servant hiding his clothes, forcing himself to stay focused until he finished the book early. Melville too faced procrastination while writing Moby Dick and had his wife chain him to his desk to stay on track. Both writers found extreme methods effective to overcoming procrastination and completing their works. Even the ancient Greek Demosthenes, the orator, used to tackle procrastination by shaving half of his face in order to force himself to stay indoors and practice speeches for the fear of ridicule. Not all that different from Victor Hugo's method, which raises one question: are there other strategies to combat procrastination? This book contains 17 strategies to overcome procrastination. However, I focused on highlighting the most effective ones that are less commonly known, which includes 1. Don't think. Intelligent people often struggle with procrastination because they tend to overthink tasks, imagining all the possible problems and negative outcomes. This can make the task seem boring, difficult, or overwhelming, which demotivates them. In contrast, less intelligent people do not think as much about the difficulties and just dive into the tasks without hesitation. Our bodies react strongly to the thoughts we have, like cringing when we see someone cut their finger. When we think about unpleasant tasks, our intelligent brains can overthink, leading to paralysis and preventing action. This overthinking stops us from making progress. As the proverb says, talk does not cook rice. For example, Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't waste time thinking about whether he felt like working out. He just did it, even on the days that he wasn't motivated. This straightforward approach can help beat procrastination. But are there other strategies to combat it? 2. Build momentum. The physics of productivity. An object in motion tends to remain in motion along a straight line unless acted upon by an outside force. Isaac Newton. Newton's first law of motion extends beyond celestial bodies. It applies to productivity as well. Productive individuals tend to stay productive, building momentum with each completed task. Similarly, procrastinators often remain stuck until they gain momentum. Developing a habit of taking immediate action is effective because getting started is often the hardest part. One small step leads to another, building momentum. Like an object gliding through space, many successful leaders harness this momentum with powerful morning routines. Focus on action to steer momentum in that direction rather than succumbing to procrastination. 3. The 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is a simple yet powerful technique for increasing productivity. If a task or a habit takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. This prevents tasks from piling up, making it easier to stay on top of things. The same thing applies to habits. If it takes less than 2 minutes, it's easier to make it a consistent part of your routine. For example, if you want to eat healthier, simply grab a piece of fruit and eat it. Over time, this small action can lead to healthier eating habits. Similarly, if you want to start reading more, read the first page of a book. You may find yourself reading several chapters without realizing it. The key is to take the first step, no matter how small it is, as it sets the momentum in motion. Procrastination is often overcome by simply getting started. The biggest hurdle to productivity is taking the initial step. Once you do it, everything else tends to fall into place. So as Lao Tzu says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Just focus on the first step, and before you know it, procrastination will be a thing of past. 4. Set macro goals and micro quotas. Anthony Trollope, a prolific 19th century writer, he wrote 47 hugely popular novels, alongside with 18 non-fictional books, despite holding a full-time job at the post office. His secret? Setting macro goals and micro quotas. Each morning, he'd write from 5:30 to 8:30, aiming for 250 words every 15 minutes. This approach ensured steady progress, breaking down the daunting task of writing novels into manageable chunks. Trollope's method offers valuable lesson for overcoming procrastination by focusing on small and achievable goals like completing 250 words every 15 minutes. Individuals gain momentum and motivation. These small wins foster a sense of accomplishment and productivity, driving progress forward. Trollope's strategy highlights the importance of balancing long-term aspirations with short-term achievements. Setting macro goals and micro quotas allow individuals to pursue ambitious dreams while experiencing the satisfaction of daily progress. As Trollope aptly put it, a small daily task, if it be really daily, will be the labors of a spasmodic Hercules. 5. The 10 plus 2 times 5 method. The 10 plus 2 times 5 method is a structured approach to combat procrastination. You work for 10 minutes with intense focus, followed by a 2-minute break to refresh your mind. This cycle is repeated 5 times, giving you a total of an hour of work and breaks. The short bursts of work make procrastination less tempting, as it's only 10 minutes at a time. The alternating schedule keeps you engaged, looking forward to both work and breaks. Over time, you may find yourself skipping breaks and fully diving into your tasks, overcoming the initial hurdle of getting started and building momentum. 6. The power of deadlines. The key to overcoming procrastination is setting deadlines. While we no longer have the clear-cut deadlines from our school days, we can create our own using tools like Stick. This service allows you to put money on the line, motivating you to complete tasks on time or face financial consequences. Additionally, you can choose to donate the money to a charity you dislike. Yes, you heard me right, that it would add moral pressure to meet your deadlines. 7. Kill your inner perfectionist. The first draft of anything is shit. Ernest Hemingway. The main cause of procrastination is often perfectionism, known as analysis paralysis. Perfectionists tend to produce less and have their work published less frequently. This can hinder career progress. Overcoming perfectionism involves accepting that nothing is perfect and focusing on completion rather than perfection. For example, Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa remains unfinished, yet it's one of the most famous paintings. Xerox's pursuit of perfection led to missed opportunities. Contrasting with Google's successful launch of Gmail, which was in beta for 5 years, Pixar's founder, Ed Catmull, emphasizes the journey from suck to not suck, rather than perfection. Ultimately, starting tasks, and even imperfectly, is more productive than writing for perfection. 8. Create a distraction to-do list. Here's a simple solution to manage distractions without relying solely on willpower. Create a distraction to-do list. Instead of giving into distractions immediately, jot down whatever caught your interest on a list and return to your work. Once the important tasks are completed, you can revisit your distraction list guilt-free and enjoy those activities without sacrificing productivity. My thoughts. This book on overcoming procrastination is refreshingly concise, spanning just 56 pages. Its brevity doesn't compromise an impact, though packed with insightful stories and effective strategies. It's a must-read for anyone who's battling with procrastination, particularly those who aren't fond of lengthy reads. For further questions or book recommendations, you can find me on Quora, where I provide answers to various inquiries. Thank you for tuning in.